very warm welcome to you. I'm Hayley Palmer. Really good to have you here with me on the show this evening, especially as our special guest is the wonderful Anton Due Beke. Here is what happened when I caught up with him. Anton Due Beke, it's great to have you on the show. How are you?
It's lovely to see you. Thank you very much for inviting me on. I'm delighted to be with you.
Oh, well, it's such a pleasure. And I have to say, I'm loving the jumper.
It's a beauty, isn't it? It's my favourite. I have to be honest with you, it's my favourite. I love this colour. Isn't it beautiful? I bought this in Geneva Airport once upon a time when we were allowed to leave our house. And I was going somewhere swanky probably. And I bought this in a duty free because we all have a parking. And I just love it.
Yeah.
I barely wear anything else.
Well, it's
sometimes
absolutely
I like
beautiful.
to wear it without. I like to wear it sometimes without anything underneath.
Oh right, okay.
It feels so nice.
We've gone
my
there.
Skin.
Brilliant.
But I just thought I'd dress up for you.
Well, thank you very much, Anton. And what else have you been up to in lockdown?
My pleasure. I'm actually sat here in a trousers because it's very difficult in this lockdown to get yourself motivated enough to do anything more than you need to. It's been hard. The first lockdown was sort of okay, really, because I think we all felt it wasn't going to last very long, and the sun was out, and we were all been working hard, and we thought, oh, this has been a nice little bit of a holiday, marvellous, and we'll have a bit of time off and great and all that. Spend some time with the children. The only good thing to have come out of this is I spent all this time with the children.
Oh, lovely.
And that's been the most wonderful thing. And, you know, time you can never get back again. So that's been the most brilliant thing. But this lockdown has been more of a struggle, I won't deny.
Yeah, no, it's tough, isn't it?
It's difficult to get your old mojo back.
Oh, isn't it? I've been turning to the chocolate digestives, Anton. It's not good. I need to dance it off.
To be avoided, you need to dance. In the first lockdown, of course, I started a YouTube channel.
Yes.
And started doing dance classes and fitness classes. And I think I need to do that again. Fit Feb. I think we should start
bring it
with
back,
Fit Feb.
Anton. We need it, especially in the afternoons and we feel rubbish. So, bring it back.
I think you're probably right. I'll have to start that up again.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to go into your first song choice, Luciano Pavarotti, Nessun Dorma. Why this song?
Well, I mean, all of my songs are a bit random, and you know, if you ask me the same question tomorrow, what would your songs be? They'd probably be all different, because I have such an eclectic sort of range of music, and everything has been sort of a part of my life because of something. And I remember this moment, not specifically this song, but this song was a major part of it. Was during the Football World Cup in 1990. It was in Italy, and at the end of that tournament, they had this big concert, and it was where we heard for the first time the three tenors. And it introduced everybody to opera and classical music in a sort of mainstream way. And people who wouldn't normally have listened to classical music or opera, certainly, were suddenly loving this new form of music. And I remember falling in love with opera immediately and classical music, but essentially opera. I was more familiar with classical music through the dancing, but less so opera. And I just fell in love with it, and this song sort of gets that moment, I think.
Yes, it really does. Well, here it is, just for you, Anton Due Beke. Enjoy, and we will see you after. Anton Due Beke, here is your quick fire question round. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm tense now. I'm tense. Quick fire. Okay. I don't do anything quick.
We're going to do this quick. Song played most in lockdown.
I told you it wasn't going to be quick. Song played most in lockdown. I tell you what we've been into over lockdown. Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, I love that.
One.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I like the song as well. I like all the songs from Beauty and the Beast. Yeah. And
Tangled.
Oh,
that's a new one.
You're talking my language now, Anton. I'm there.
So the music from those.
Yes, I love that. Driving song. Is there a particular tune that you just put on and you're just cruising down the motorway to?
No, I go a little bit old school, a little bit swing. I do the old swing, the Franks and the Sammys and the Ellas and I go down that road.
Really like that. Karaoke song. If you ever go to karaoke, or like me, go to Karaoke Box in Soho, it's a great night out. What is the song that you just like to blast out?
I'm going to tell you something. I've never been to karaoke.
No, Anton, you're missing out in life.
I tell you, I just went and recorded an album instead. So, I mean, pick one of those.
I mean, it's brilliant. You can not only dance really well, you can sing really well. I'm jealous.
Thank you very much indeed.
I can't sing a
true.
note,
I
Anton.
can't
You'd be
deny
so
it.
disappointed in me. But I think it's funnier when you go to karaoke and you can't sing. So that's why I'm a really good person to go with.
My wife has done karaoke. She did a massive, dragged up and did one of those. She a penchant for a little karaoke.
Yeah. Woo! Hear it for the girls. And motivational song. Is there a song that you put on and you're just like, yes, I feel alive, I feel good, I'm ready for the day?
There are songs, I tell you what, there are some songs that make me go, come on. Tom Jones has normally got a thing that makes me go like that. Just great, I mean, you know, again, great singers. I mean, Engelbert Humperdinck, Quando, Quando, Quando. Have you ever listened to that song? It came on the other day, just randomly in the car. I was listening to something else, it just flicked onto this song. I haven't heard this for about 35 years. Brilliant.
Classic.
Made me laugh out loud. Loved it.
Love it. Well, we're going to go into a different song choice. Take That, Rule the World. Now, I saw you on the Crooner Sessions with Gary Barlow dancing on the ceiling. I loved your jacket as well. You were incredible.
Little sequin number.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. I loved it. I mean, I was... You know, you get to know people over the years in this industry, and you know, you cross paths on Strictly or other things, and you sort of become friends. You know, anyway. And we've been watching at home Paddington, The Adventures of Paddington Bear, and the animated series that they do on the children's television, and Gary Barlow did the opening song for it, Paddington, Paddington Bear, Paddington, and it's lovely. And I went, oh, it's Gary. Anyway, it was Gary. So we love it. We all sing it at home all together. Aww. So I texted him. I went, we're just having a little duet, me and the children and you on the telly to Paddington Bear. We think this is the best thing you've ever done, by the way. Anyway, he texted back laughing. And then he said, let's do one of these, let's do a session together.
Amazing.
Let's do a crooner session.
Yeah.
And so we did. And I love him for it. And I think he's terrific.
I think he is. Those crooner sessions are making my lockdown. I think they're just brilliant. And I think what's so good, it's like what you do on YouTube and Gary does doing the crooner sessions. It's like, it makes it a bit more real for us watching. I think it's lovely the way that lockdown has actually brought that.
You just want to do things where you can bring people together and, you know, and do some performances just so people can look in and go, a little uplifting, you know, and all that sort of thing. Because we can't get out and watch anybody do anything live. So it's nice to be able to do some
it's lovely. Yeah.
Online. You just wish you could do a bit more of it. That's all.
Well, we're going to play out Take That.
Just needs a bit of kit.
We're going to play out Take That, Rule the World. We love this song on the show. Enjoy.
A star so bright.
Now, Anton, I want to talk about your book because I know before you had One Enchanted Evening and Moonlight Over Mayfair, A Christmas to Remember. I've read the synopsis, I've ordered it, but it looks totally my thing because it's romantic and it's old-fashioned, and I just think it's a real escape, and that's what we need at the moment, isn't it?
Oh, I think so. It's... You know, and I really hope you enjoy it because I loved doing it, and as I have all of them. And with the novel and with writing these stories, it's just everything. You know, they say write what you know about, really, or write about what you know, says the author. And good grammar. And and that's really what I've done. I mean, everything in the novels are completely familiar to me as regards to the places, the people, the situations. You know, I'm apart from the intrigue and stuff, and it's set in this particular novel is set in 1938, just before the start of the Second World War. So, a lot of people don't know this, but my mum is Spanish, of course, and she came over to the UK during Franco's reign in Spain. And of course, the war was sort of raging already in Europe, even before we got going in it. So we say the Second World War started in 1939, but it sort of already started a bit earlier than that. We got involved in 1939. So historically, I'm fascinated by that period of time, or just history in general. And what was going on in Europe and all these things. And then, of course, the upstairs and downstairs of the hotel. It's set at the Buckingham Hotel, which is the real star of the show. And that the hotel is sort of every hotel I've ever been in my life, and every ballroom, the wonderful grand ballroom, is every ballroom I've ever danced in my life, with the chandeliers. And the Archie Adams Orchestra is sort of a melange of every orchestra I've ever danced in front of through my life. And so really it's all of that, and the people in the hotel, and Maynard Charles, and Raymond de Guise, and Helen Marchmont, and all these characters are sort of people I'm familiar with, really, and have been through my life, and I see it all in my head. This is how I write the thing. I just see the whole thing playing out in front of me, and so I've really enjoyed doing all of the novels, and I suppose everybody says this, but this one is my favourite of all of them, really. But then I probably would say it's the latest.
Yeah. Well, we got to check it out. We'll put details on the screen below of how you can purchase it, because we need to support Anton, and I know it's going to be a good read. So I'll let you know, Anton. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Well, we're going to go into your next song choice, Freedom, George Michael. I think we do all need a bit of freedom right now, don't we?
Oh, good heavens above. Wouldn't that be nice? Freedom on its own. Again, this is just a moment in time, really, through my life. I remember it was, I remember the beginnings of MTV, really, but I just think that this song really captures a moment in time in history. And I like things that, capture a moment in time. A lot of songs, you play them or you listen to them and you couldn't place where that song was in sort of history, if you know what I mean. So you hear a song, you go, oh, okay, that's quite a song. And you go, it was 19 such and such. And you go, no, I can't believe it's that old, or that it seems older than that, or whatever. Some songs just go, I remember that moment. And this song was that moment, and it was, it really sort of launched in a new way the sort of pop video, I think, and the supermodel became a thing. And I remember the intro to the song was as long as the song, and it was the four girls, and I just think it was the most stylish thing I'd ever seen in my life, and I thought it was remarkable. And it, and it's sort of a bit of a work of art, really. It's just a wonderful canvas. I just see it as this incredible sort of film in itself. I just think it's was at the time. I remember it. I literally sat there and didn't speak, and I'm like, can't stop me talking. And I just
that's not like you, Anton.
I know, nightmare. I just thought this is the best thing I'd ever seen. There's very few times this has happened to me, and I'll tell you another time it happened to me was Riverdance at the Eurovision Song Contest when I saw them for the first time. I was speechless. I thought it was so amazing. And this is the same. They are George Michael and Freedom 90 and Riverdance all in the same conversation. Amazing.
Well, Anton is going to be quiet now for the next 3 minutes while we play out this song, but we look forward to talking to him afterwards. See you soon.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Anton, we've got some questions from some of our lovely viewers. Sandra would like to know, if you weren't a dancer, what job would you do?
If I wasn't a dancer, I'd be unemployed. That's for sure. I think I'd be a full-time father. I love it.
You're lovely twins. And nearly 4, aren't they now?
They'll be 4 in March. And the only thing that's come out of this lockdown in a positive way is that being able to spend all this time with the children. They were approaching 28th of March, so just before lockdown. So on their 3rd birthday when we started the first lockdown, and I can't believe we're still in lockdown, coming into their 4th birthday. But this year has been incredible, spending all the time with the children, and that's been the only sort of thing that's come out of it, I can say that's been a blessing, really. Time you can't get back, and as people say, the time goes so fast. Everyone's heard these things. They grow up before you know it, and it's absolutely true. And you wish you had the time again. But we've had a wonderful time over the last year being together.
Oh, lovely.
So that's the only thing I can say that's come out of it as a positive.
And are they following in Daddy's footsteps?
They're wonderful because they're so sort of young and spontaneous, and everything was fun. And we were dancing in the kitchen yesterday, and it was lovely. George is into
I love that.
a song called Pump It Up.
I know that song. Like it.
It's just so random, but amazing. And he has this dance, he does it, but it's all sort of, he just starts to, and I mean, hilarious, brilliant.
Oh, well, it would be a dream to see you all on stage
We'll be
together,
like the
wouldn't
Von
it?
Trapps in a few years. I'm going to come out with the children, do a number.
Watch this space. Watch this space. Well, at the next song choice, I can't even deal with this. ABBA, Dancing Queen. We want everyone at home on your feet, not sat down to this. We want the nation dancing right now, don't we, Anton?
Come on, you've got to do what I do when I'm at a do. I don't tend to dance at a do unless somebody plays this. Then I'm up mincing about like a good one. I can't help myself. I love it. I love the opening thing to this.
I
danced to this with Kate Garraway on Strictly Come Dancing many years ago. I think it was the highlight of my life.
Yeah.
It was it's just a great. There's no reason for this other than it just being a great song. I love it.
It just makes you feel good straight away. Just when those bars hit in, you just want to like wave, don't you? So here we go. Dancing Queen, #1 for 6 weeks in 1976. Enjoy. Now, Anton, of course, I want to talk about Strictly. And for me, in the last lockdown, I mean, we've all been through it, haven't we? But when I heard that Strictly theme tune, I was out making a cup of tea in the kitchen and I just thought, like you do, I just thought, it's so lovely. Like I heard the theme and it felt normal. It actually felt normal in lockdown. And I sort of text my friends, oh, did you see this person, see that person? And I thought it almost kind of brought a glimmer of hope and kind of brought us together a little bit as a nation. I'm sure people will agree with me on this.
Well, I think we, last year we started the lockdown in March, and by the time we got to sort of September, October, we wanted a bit of normality. And I as soon as you hear that music on Strictly Come Dancing, and we're back into the studio, and I've got a top hat and a cane, and Giovanni's got his shirt off, and one of the girls are whacking their legs up like that and flipping over somebody, and then Craig's telling somebody they're a disaster. You suddenly go, oh. Brilliant. Back in the game. We're back to normality. And it was an amazing year, really. It was an amazing series. The only difference was, of course, there was no studio audience. That was the only bit.
Yeah,
really.
that makes a difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, in as much as that, you're performing in front of an audience, and sometimes you might be going for a gag or a laugh, and of course there's no one to play it off. So you have to choreograph it differently in that regard. But all the couples were there around the floor supporting each other, and that was lovely because we were all in it together, and it was a great vibe. I just thought it was a wonderful energy, and everybody was in great form, and I thought it was a terrific series, in actual fact. One of the best.
I think so too. Yeah, I mean, how hard is it teaching people to dance from scratch? Because I just think people do really well. Like, I feel like I would be that person that just would stop and go, actually, I don't know what I'm doing this week. Like, you don't ever see anyone really mess up. I feel like I would be that one.
Well, this is the thing I'm most surprised at, that over the years we've not had a situation where somebody halfway through a dance has gone, right, that's it. Dave, you can stop playing the music, dear. I don't know what I'm doing. It's all right. Keep playing if you want to, but I'm not moving. I've forgotten everything.
That would be me.
I just don't know how we haven't had that situation more often. It's unbelievable. Everybody is remarkable, but everybody works so hard. And the big fear for people is forgetting their routine. That's the big fear.
Of course, yeah.
And nobody really does. They forget bits and they go a bit wrong, but no one just stands there and goes, I've forgotten everything. It might have happened once or twice. I remember years ago, it was his name, Matt D'Angelo, ended up sitting on the bottom step waiting for the music to end because he'd forgotten. And you have these moments where people turn around like that and look out towards their partner and the eyes start to get wide, and then you go, oh, hello, he's forgotten. I remember Scott Maslin was dancing with Natalie Lowe years ago.
Oh, yes.
Scott. And I think I remember him having a moment where he sort of looked at Natalie, and Natalie just grabbed him and dragged him across the floor until he got back in. But it's, I mean, there are moments where the eyes go like that and you go, don't know. I've had partners who've looked at me and gone, oh, nothing, got nothing. Which foot? Left foot. We're off again. And it's just, it's part of the fun of the game, really. But everybody works so hard. That's the thing.
I know, it's hard work, isn't it?
Well, it's not. No. It's not luck. It's hard work.
It is really hard work. I think I'd need to kind of eat McDonald's every night because you use up so much energy, don't you?
I don't think that'll help.
The calves. I need the calves. Bring them
You
on.
need the calves. I'm sure you can find some better ones than that.
And by the way, my mum wants to say she wants you on the judging panel every week.
Well, tell her thank you very much. If she writes a letter in,
Okay, I'll tell her.
I'm sure she can
Mrs.
make
Palmer
that
will write a
happen.
letter.
That's how it works, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, I will report back. And then we're going to go with your next song choice, Shirley Bassey. I mean, I know you love her, don't you?
Do you know, I love anybody who performs the song beautifully. Anybody who gives it a bit of that, I love. I don't have a favourite song particularly, and I don't have a favourite particular artist really. I mean, I listen to so much music, and over the years I've performed to so much. I've had favourites and pieces that, you know, are very sort of poignant to me and for me. But what I love is somebody who I mean, Shirley Bassey is one of the most wonderful performers of a song that you'll ever encounter, and just remarkable. I mean, there's a difference between being a great singer and being a great singer of a song. And I remember it was told to me once, in actual fact by Fred Astaire's daughter, that Cole Porter remarked that Fred Astaire, her father, was the best singer of his songs. And that, I mean, that's, you know, and Fred Astaire wasn't renowned as having, you know, he wasn't Frank Sinatra, for example, but he had a wonderful voice, a wonderful ability to perform and tell you the story of the song during the song. And Shirley, if you just want a moment, just sit and listen to Shirls.
Yeah, we love her here on the show. Well, we're going to play out a Shirley Bassey classic song, and Anton and I will see you after this. Now, Anton, we've come to the end of the show. It's gone so quickly, hasn't it? Has it for you?
Quicker this time than before, that's for sure. I think it might be
You're
me
stitching
age.
me up. Okay, well, your last song choice, Oasis, Wonderwall. Why this song?
Well, again, a bit like the other one. It just says to me, that was a moment in time. And I've always thought that... I remember when they came out, and there was that whole Blur and Oasis thing, and suddenly it was all Manchester, and suddenly, but it was very much a time and very much an identifiable time. It's easy for me to say, breaking the teeth in for the dog, you know. And I just remember thinking that this is one of the best bands I've seen or heard for ever. I just thought they were the best thing since the Stones, really. I know they've always compared to sort of the Beatles, in actual fact, ironically, but I always thought that Liam Gallagher, I've never met him, I don't know if he's a nice chap or not. I've heard him a number of times, but I've never met him. But I've always thought that he was probably the best frontman of a band since Mick Jagger, really.
Wow,
I just thought it was amazing. And, you know, and for me, I always liked a guitar band. I've always been a fan of a guitar. I said that before. And...
Oh, it's your phone, Anton. Someone's trying to call you. How rude during our interview.
Yeah, I know. It's a disaster. Must get the staff to take care of that. And essentially me. So I've always thought that, you know, that I've always liked a guitar band, as I said before. And it's such a juxtaposition from sort of the music I danced to as a ballroom dancer, and the music I sort of listened to growing up. But I just thought it was one of the most incredible things I'd heard at that time. And
we're going to play that song out for you. You deserve it, Anton. You've been a lovely guest. We're going to play that one out for you. Now, before we go, quick reminder, we want everyone to buy the book. I've ordered mine, so yeah, you can order it. We will put details on the screen below. We're really excited to read that. Also, your tours. I know you usually go on tour with Erin, don't you?
We normally go on tour. This time we'll already be on the road. Erin and I doing our show, but we postpone that until next year because of nothing's open. So fair enough, we'll do that next year instead. We've got a wonderful show lined up as well. We're so disappointed, but there you go. We'll do it next year. It'll be fine. And I've got a show in the summer with Giovanni that we're going to do for the first time, which will be again enormous fun. Hopefully that will go ahead and we can do that. If not, if this thing prolongs and carries on, then we'll do that next summer instead. But It's going to be a great show. It's going to be just a big dance show. There'll be some songs in there. There'll probably be a bit of chat knowing Giovanni and me, but it'll be a lot of fun, and it's going to be a big, fabulous night.
Oh, so, it's exactly what we need at the moment, isn't it? I think we're all dying just to come and see theatre, and see you guys dance would be an absolute dream. So do keep us posted here on the show. But Anton, it has been such a pleasure. Not only have you put on your best jumper for us, we've had a good chat, a sing-song, a dance. What more could we want?
What more could we want?
Thank you, Anton. You really cheered us up in lockdown. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you've been a delight. And thank you very, very much indeed.
Oh, thank you. It's Anton Due Beke, everyone.
Woo-hoo! I'll give myself a clap. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll give him a clap. We'll let him.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I like, a vacant ovation. Thank you very much.
Oh, huge thank you to Anton Due Beke. What a brilliant guest on this week's show. Thank you. And to you at home for supporting the show. It is really appreciated. Thank you. Remember, you can get in contact. Details are on the screen below. I'm Hayley Palmer. Stay safe. We're going to leave you with Anton's last song choice, Oasis, Wonderwall. And I will see you same time, same place next week.